Hey, welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. Chuck here, and as you can see, we're having a good time here at the office for Halloween. Today marks the 1000th video that we've put up on YouTube, so it's been a huge adventure. Lots of pain and gain from it, and people have watched our videos for over 400,000 minutes. And it's just a delight to do this. It's so much fun. So we're going to get to today's list. There's 15 properties. Yesterday we didn't do a video or an email because I was one of the co-organizers of about a 500-person conference. Finished the conference, had some dinner with my wife, and then passed out like I was hibernating. It was just, I was done. So Scott starts us off, $419,700. And I like the price point on this one. 3-bedroom, 3-washroom. It doesn't really show the way the back is set up, but this is actually a double car garage. It's 3-story with a double garage in the back with laneway access, and there's a deck above the garage. So it's always nice in these types of homes to show the laneway shot so you can see what it looks like from the back. Because I think if somebody didn't look at this, they could say, okay, well, maybe it's a single garage. It is a double in the back. So nice price point. We've seen a little bit bigger than this list, $430,000, $440,000. It's a good price point. Barclay is $429,700. It's a nice looking home. The only thing that I would be concerned with, the floors are upgraded upstairs. Photos are a little bit dark, but they've got a finished basement, but there's some end units right now that are listed at like $420,000 kind of thing. So being that they're not an end unit and they're kind of looking more or less the same, being $10,000 higher might just put them at a bit of a disadvantage. We've got Duncan Lane. Usually when you see something like this, it means you're entering the subdivision and you're bordering on a busy street, but that's not the case with this one. It's a Robindale corner. $460,000 should do it. I mean, I think that they, especially with the wood flooring upstairs, it's a good floor plan. We've seen it happen at this price before. So let's see what happens. Herman Way is $459,000. Fern Ridge, 1664 square feet. At the same price as the previous. Really the same size, a bit of a different layout. But this is a semi. The other one's a townhouse. The other one has some more upgrading and features, but it's competitive. This one may be a little bit on the high side, but it's still, again, it's a good size semi. It's got a nice floor plan. Malik is in the esteemed Drury Park, and what's esteemed about it is it's a really quiet area with bungalows and lots of quiet, mature 50-plus people there. So it's a niche audience. It's like if you don't want the bungalow on the huge lot or you don't want to live in a condo, this is where you go. So it's got the main floor. It's kind of one of the more bizarre backsplashes I've seen. The parquet floors, you can work with that. Even if you didn't like the parquet, you wanted to replace it, it's not very expensive. You're maybe $5 a square foot plus maybe $2 to install it. In the big picture, when we're talking about $500,000, it's usually not a big deal. So one just sold with a double garage backing onto green space. I don't know what it sold for. It's still conditional, but they had an offer very fast on it. We've seen the single car garages go in the 490s too. So they've really, there's a period where there was none of them. Few of them sold off the market, but when they started hitting MLS, the price point just went up because I think as time goes on, the demand for these homes is becoming greater and greater. And Slingsby is $559,000. It's a 4-bedroom, more than 2,000 square feet. I don't find the photos really showcase it very well. I don't think you get the sense on this one. I looked at these photos and I said, what is this? Like a 1,500 square foot home, but it is more than 2,000. So let's see what happens. I don't think there's anything there that makes somebody want to run and go have a look. Landsboro's $599,000. The thing I don't like about this one is this area right here is very narrow. So you figure on a 36-foot lot, you've got a couple feet on either side. Your garage is probably close to 20 feet wide. And then, so how much do you have? You have 8-9 feet here. It's a tight spot, even for a dining table, to leave enough clearance for chairs. So this room to me it's very difficult to arrange, and it's the first thing you notice. So your impression can kind of go down a little bit right in the beginning. They do have some nice upgrades upstairs. Again, the photos are a little bit dark, just like one of the previous ones that we showed. Night trail is $5.99. Lots of living space on this one. And what they didn't show that I believe this one has is there's an entrance in from the garage, and so it has that kind of split level design. And finished basement there too. I mean, it's a little bit kind of almost like commercial lighting with a drop ceiling, but it's good if your kids are working on art. It's good lighting for doing work, basically, or if you had a little workshop down there. And enough separation here. We don't see this often in the new homes, that you can actually put a full deck beside your house instead of off the back, which is the more common thing that we see. So it because it's a corner, you've got that option where there's a little bit more beside the house to work with. So Popst, probably the first home I've ever seen on Popst before. $649. It's a plan 4, so it's 2051 square feet, and so they've listed as a 4-bedroom. But when I see this loft up here, that's where the 4th bedroom is. So you have to be careful that you're not mislabeling something. I mean, it's nice to show someone you could do a 4th bedroom, probably for not much more than, I mean, if you put a closet in, maybe a little more than $2,000. But to put a wall and a door, drywall, a couple studs, a little bit of finessing on the way the ceiling looks and so on, it's really not that expensive. So it's a decent looking kitchen. It's a great floor plan. I like this plan a lot. I feel like the price is probably a little bit high for the size of this home. If they get it, it's going to be because of the basement. Maybe they throw the pool table in, so on and so forth. But it's, it is a very nice floor plan. So Britannia is $835. You're 50 by 150. You've got, this is the only room that they show. Britannia is going to be a 6-lane road. So if you want that quiet country, you're not going to get it. You are going to get a bigger lot than you'll find in town, but you're going to get a lot of noise. So where I see this home going one day is it's almost going to be like a professional office. So this could be the reception for a lawyer's office or an accountant's office, similar to what you see further down Britannia in Mississauga between Winston Churchill and Erin Mills, or down by Port Credit, some of those bigger homes that they've built on here, Ontario. So price point to me, for what else we've seen sell, it's looking a little bit high. If they got that, it's because of their upgrades. Pine Ridge is $879. It's on about 2 acres. Doesn't have a lot of finishing here. So if it was better finished, I could see this one selling in the high 8s, low 9s. The size, is kind of in line, but I just think that it's a little less upgraded than a home asking $879 that I'd expect anyway. We've got a 20 by 150 commercial property here. We've got the store plus the apartment above, 1.15, and really, I don't know, this will be a tough one. The depth of the lot is something that I'd really have to look at and say, is there enough value in the parking there? I don't know, like when you look at what else is on Main Street, even if you look at the building with Flower Girls in it and what they're asking, it's completely different feel, but I mean, it's a lot less than 1.15. So it seems like they're fishing a bit high. And then there's a couple of properties here out in the country. I don't pretend to know what I'm doing out when you talk about horse farms or crops or anything like that. The minute I hear that, I go, sorry, it's just not my thing. So 18 box stalls, hay and storage. I have no idea what I'm doing here. It's $3 million. Tremaine is 3.2. You're on 144 acres. And then the same listing at 250. So I'm not sure how they did that or what the difference is between the two. But I just glanced at this. I thought I'll put it in the list because it is a new listing. But it's such a niche product that it's almost like, well, probably I'd be lucky if one person watching this video actually has any interest in that. So we won't spend a lot of time on it. That's the list. I hope you have a very, very fun Halloween, and I'm going to take my kids out tonight and have a good time as well. So we'll see you back here on Monday with more Milton Daily Homes, and thank you. Whether you watch one episode or all 1,000 episodes, it's been a lot of fun. Thank you.